Shalom, brothers and sisters. Glad to have this opportunity again to speak to you. Today, I'm taking my scripture reading from Matthew chapter 14, verse 22 to 23. And I want to talk a bit about one of the most important disciplines of the Christian life, and that is spending time with God. Matthew 14 says this, and after feeding the 5,000 with 2 fishes and 5 loaves, Jesus made the disciple get into the boat and go on ahead on him to the other side, and while he dismissed the crowd. After he had dismissed them, he went up on the mountainside by himself to pray. And later that night, he was there alone. There was a French monk who lived in the 17th century who through his writings, particularly one known as The Practice of the Presence of God, is considered one of the greatest influences of the Christian faith. And everyone could tell that the man we know as Brother Lawrence had a special sense of inner peace and joy. Others may have approached Christianity as just a religion, but Brother Lawrence had a very real, dynamic relationship with God himself. When asked about his secret, he said that the key was spending time with God and focusing on Him. Brother Lawrence encouraged others to pursue this kind of relationship and practice the presence of God. He knew that God could truly transform lives and establish a personal relationship with each believer. And it is for this reason that throughout my Christian life, I've tried to spend as much time focused on the God I love and trust. And I have to say, quiet time with God truly makes a difference. Now, there may be some of us who want to begin a daily quiet time routine with God, but are not sure how. Or we have perhaps tried before, but it did not last. Well, I want to say up front that it really isn't as complicated as we often make it out to be. The main thing is simply to do something. And if you are one of those still wanting to do something but not sure how, let me offer a few suggestions to you. Number one is to find the right place. Pick a place where you will be every day for your quiet time. Obviously, if you travel frequently, this may be a bit more difficult, but the more routine you can make, this is the better. Having said that, I have on occasions used my driving time as an opportunity to spend time with God. The important thing is it should be as free of distractions as possible. Done consistently, this place, this quiet place that you'll be in would soon become very comfortable to you. I realize too, you may feel your life is too busy to even think of a right place for quiet time. I get it. I've lived in those seasons as well, and still do many times. Well, don't stress over perfection here. Just strive for routine. Secondly, schedule time. Pick a reasonable amount of time and put it on your schedule. If you have a smartphone, you can set the calendar to remind you of the appointment every day. Start maybe with 15 minutes or maybe even 10. Sometimes even 5 minutes in your secret place is better than nothing. Now the key at this point is consistency. So make sure you don't burden yourself with something you will not do in the long run. By the way, it most likely will seem like a sacrifice at first, but keep the objective in mind and tell yourself you need this. As you accomplish discipline in a little time, it will be easier to increase the time you spend. Thirdly, choose your goal. Ask first what you hope to achieve and base your format around it. For example, if developing intimacy with God in prayer is your goal, then you will probably choose to spend more time in worship and prayer. You may also want to consider using Psalms as a daily reading. But if Bible knowledge is your goal, then you may want to choose to do a Bible study. One of my favorite devotional apps is YouVersion. You can download it from any app store and it is easy to use. Or you may want to use your quiet time for memorizing scriptures. You can change the goal over time and do combinations of each of these. Remember, it's not what you do, but that you do it which matters most. Number 4, discipline. And I think this is absolutely the most important part. Commit to doing something consistently for at least 30 days. Every day, without exception, do it, whether you feel like it or not. If you miss the exact time, make it up later in the day. Again, it will require sacrifice on your part. Habits and lifestyles form this way, and you will need this discipline. Because as soon as you attempt this, you can almost be certain dozens of obstacles will stand in your way. Just remember that developing quiet time into your daily schedule will not be easy, and nothing of value is ever easy. The main objective for any of us, including myself as a pastor, is disciplining ourselves to do something every day. Over time, it becomes a habit that is easily repeated. Even better, it will soon become the best and most productive part of your day. Thank you once again for your time. Reflect for a moment what I have said. What is one small step that you can take today to move towards consistently and habitually spending time with our God? God bless your week.